Alright, well, I'm back. Kinda just realized I wasn't recording. Whoopsies. Got that, nothing interesting happened. I accidentally ran into another trainer, and, Gloom gained 1 level. And speaking of, while I'm not in a battle, let me just, look through my items. I have a leaf stone in here, I'm pretty sure. Okay, no, but I do have a sunstone. I guess we can see. Yes, I can in fact use it on Gloom. Maybe. I don't know, but I'm not going to use it just yet. I'm going to get out of here and, well, no, I won't be able to access that place. I won't be able to buy leaf stones just yet. Unfortunately. Actually, I'm pretty sure... Oh, I know what it... So yeah, I'm like 90% sure it evolves into a Blossom normally when you give it a sunstone. I don't remember how it evolves into Vileplume though. I'm pretty sure it was either by Leaf Stone or Level Up. And I want to say Leaf Stone. Well, now that I think about it, that's pretty much the only way it can... That's like really... That's not very helpful now I think about it. Since most Pokemon evolve by leveling up. Oh, that wasn't very effective? Okay. Oh, this thing's just, all it's doing is raising its stats. Okay, so it's a ghost type. All it's doing is raising its defense, good grief. So it's at +3 special defense, +2 physical. Still dead. Oh, hey, are we at the end? Yeah, there we go. There's an item over here, pretty sure. Oh, hey, it's Mr. I Can't Run Away. Joke's on you, I have a flying type move. These things are actually pretty good sources of experience. Like, that one gave me 368. Like, that hiker I fought, he had 3 Pokemon. They each gave me less than, they gave me around 250 each, so... Those are actually good sources of experience. Oh, thought you two were just sitting here being like, oh, that tunnel was so daunting, or whatever. So daunting I didn't even go in. Aw. Kinda hoping to get a level off this, but... guess not. Oh, good thing I waited out that Endure. Unless they want to use it again. Oh, this thing must be like... Steel type or something. Or rock type, actually. Oh, well, I did get a level up off that. Oh, look at the... That is some awful special defense. Some amazing speed, at least. Oh, that's... Well... You're a few games too early, kid. I'm never gonna get over how Scratch is one of my strongest moves. Also, I forgot to... gonna change Pokemon, but I guess not. Oh, this thing's pretty tanky. And it just got a little bit tankier. Oh wow, it's actually a fire type, huh? Imagine that. Or it's ground type. Or rock type. Oh, don't sneeze on me. There's an item over here, I know it. There we go. And it's completely useless. What? You were just moving around normally. I thought you were just an NPC. We're never gonna get into Lavender Town at this rate. And I keep forgetting to change my... Well, I can't change now. Not like I'm going to, because you're one hit away. You're like 1 HP. Yes, switch to you. Okay, so okay. Okay. Since I'm faster, won't get the shell bell activating. Oh, that's huh. Oh, right, I'm pretty sure that's like the only Pokemon game where, they actually say the word kill, or death, or any actual mention of death. Any outright mention of death, as opposed to glossing it over like, well, heck. Nothing comes to mind right now, but I'm sure they did it at some point. What'd you say? And this is, alright, I have to go into the tower, right? If I could get between this guy. And this is the way to... city whose name I don't remember at this moment. Not Saffron, I was thinking Celadon. Oh, and I don't have the tea, which is the key item that you need to get into Saffron now, instead of soda pop or any other beverage. What an odd change, now that I think about it. Why would I even get the tea anyway? Haven't played this in years, so I wouldn't know. Wait, no, but there's that little tunnel at the end. Let's go shopping. Let's just ignore Lavender Town completely. Spend an episode shopping. Or at least on those, spend an episode getting to the shop. Okay, you know, I think I've come to the conclusion that, because there are so many types, or rather, so many, that's not a Clefairy. so many Pokemon that have randomized types. Just gonna skip all these. So many Pokemon with randomized types, the likelihood that I run into something that is only weak to fighting, and so the likelihood that I run into a normal type or a pure steel type is high enough that I feel like if Weather Ball was a fighting type move, and I just fell for it, wow. Well, actually, funny story, I was actually pretty good at chemistry. Except that one thing that I've forgotten the name of, which was kind of tricky. It's like something about equations? Not fixing equations, but like chemical equations. I don't know. Like I wasn't awful at it, but it was a bit tricky. What was I talking about? Right, Weather Ball. Since the likelihood that I have run into a pure steel or pure normal type, or a steel normal type, is high enough that if this really is fighting, Weather Ball really is a fighting type move, also that if it was a fighting type move, it would have been super effective on something by now. So I am willing to bet that even though it says fighting type, that it is a fighting type move, it is still a normal type move. I said a whole lot, I talked a whole lot to say so little. Good grief. Also, 4 Pokemon, good grief. Good. Alright, Santoon. That has high power, doesn't it? Well, not normally, it doesn't. I like how every time I start recording this, I have to look up my moves. Just to see what typing they are. 105, yeah, that's kinda good. Even if the accuracy is pretty awful. Like I just said, hey, didn't I have the same problem in my Emerald playthrough? Ow. That crab does not mess around. Good thing I resist steel. I mean, steel psychic, but I don't know if that's a psychic type move. But I'm faster than it, wow. Rare are the times that a Pokemon is slower than this Horsey. Rarer are the times that they're both slower than this thing and weak to one of its moves. Is it really that rare, though? I agree. And I already consider myself very good at this. I'm about to go there for a Leaf Stone, just to confirm my theory that I am an idiot. Alright, so that's how they don't let you get to the one city whose name I never like pronouncing because ugh. Okay. I'll just go heal. And go grab an Eevee while I'm at it, actually. Well, I can't because I don't have an open slot. Let's go fix that. Energy Root, huh? That's a good healing up. Pure Flying. Seems to have decent special defense and special attack, special defense and speed. awful defense, awful attack. And maybe okay HP. I'm not really sure what a good HP value is for levels, because it scales very differently compared to everything else in the game. Oh, low power multi-hit move. It's stronger than it is normally. It has knockoff, so that's nice. Shockwave. It's a ghost type. Ooh, that's slight. Well, base shockwave is 60 power, so that is a lot better. And poison powder is unchanged. Well, now I can hit poison types. I mean, steel types. So shockwave seems to be its good move. Good enough to keep, I guess. Oh, there's an Eevee right there. Oh, it has Teemo 6. I guess I'll see what that is, what that mime had this whole time. And now let's go get that. Oh wait. Kinda just realized I have a full. Oh no, I don't. Okay, let's go get that Eevee. Let's go get that Eevee, yes. Oh, even when I don't like the games, I can't run away from them. Oh, it's a Kecleon. I was about to say, is it actually an Eevee? No, it's a Kecleon. Oh, oh, and it knows Dig automatically, huh? Pure Electric type, Adamant. Well, let's hope the stats back it up, and they don't. In fact, special attack is significantly higher than attack, so has a lot of special defense and HP. Pain Split, Dig, which is, I think slightly, no, was, I can't remember, was Dig ever stronger than Earthquake? I think it might have always had the same power. Either way, this is basically Dig, but Rock type. Changes depending on the user's location. I imagine that's like Weather Ball, it's not going to change at all, then. Not going to be randomized. Wow, this thing's completely terrible. Only good attacking move is Dig, and it has 5 PP. Good level, but nothing else. $50? Oh, not anymore. Well, anyway, now what? Oh. Go buy a leaf stone. Save before I do it because I don't want to waste my money. Pretty sure this tells me what the... No, it doesn't. Great. Well, I guess I'll just check one floor at a time then. Oh right, there's TMs in here too. Might want to check those out too. Oh, speaking of... Oh, there's some actually good moves in here. Except this, I'm pretty sure this is based on level. But, like, we know Twister and Meteor Mash are good moves already, so I will check that in a minute. This guy has TM2? No, he just... Finally, I can buy Great Balls. And Super Repels. I'll look at who can learn what later. It's not counter, I'm sure. Hypnosis, huh? Should I take that as a, admittance that you're bored of your job? Because it puts people to sleep? And apparently I just taught him something. Oops. It's not a move I cared about anyway. How could I use it if you didn't teach it to me? Also, how could I use it if I haven't gotten a chance to use it since you taught it to me? Alright, there's Leafstone. And, pretty sure there's someone up here that gives TMs... Oh wait. Someone that gives TMs if you give them, something to drink. Let's see, I already have a soda pop, so let's get some water, 2 waters, and a lemonade. Not thirsty. Apparently it didn't count the soda pop that I have... Well, I guess it wouldn't be a cold soda, wouldn't it? Sitting around in a cave all day. Supposedly light screen, but it's definitely not. Light screen would be pretty useful, I guess, in a normal playthrough. I'm trying... Normally when people play the game, or at least when I play the game, I basically ignore status moves because, it doesn't really matter if you put a status on your opponent if you're just gonna KO them in a few turns anyway. Ladder, that was definitely one of them. Magical Leaf? Oh! And it's still grass type, wow. It just got a really huge power buff. Roar, I think that was one. That might have been one of them. Confusion is grass type. And 70 power, that's weaker than it normally is, I'm pretty sure. Or actually, no, it's extra sensory that was surprisingly strong. So, I think it's actually got a buff. I'm pretty sure it was 60 power normally. Double Slap, 30 power multi-hit move, that's pretty good. And still normal type. Belly Drum, that could be good. That could be useful. Ice Beam, I now have 2 of them. And 3 of the Pokemon that matter can learn it. Copies the ability. I already have Trace. Constrict, which also seems quite good. Well, I have a lot of good teams I should probably be using. This is the one that at least, yeah. Alright, let's save our game so I don't have to spend money, maybe. Man, if only shopping worked like this in real life. Buy something, do I like it? No. Reset the entire world. Now let's see if I was right. I was right, and now we get to see what Gloom evolves into. From the Leaf Stone. Wouldn't it be funny if it was just the same thing? A Shuckle. Oh. Uh-huh. That is certainly an interesting thing to evolve into. Bone Rush, is it going to be any good? 30 power, 80... It's not any stronger than Double Slap. Also, it's pure grass type now. But it's definitely not as consistently good as all of its other moves. So that's what it evolves into if I give it a Leaf Stone. Let's see what happens when I give it a Sunstone. I really only have 3 badges. How long has it been since I... Well, from your perspective, I guess it hasn't been that long, but for mine it's been a few weeks. Okay, what does Sunstone make it evolve into? A Venusaur, ooh. It's like I didn't randomize the game at all now. I have a fully evolved starter at this point. I guess it all depends on its stats. I didn't look at Shuckle's stats. That was my fault. Well, I had to have looked at its stats at one point. I'll just look at it in editing. Oh wait, I didn't because I reset the game, right. Bug ground. Changes with the weather. So a completely useless ability, great. I mean, it's not like Blaze was any better. Wow, it lost a ton of speed. As to be expected, I guess, but I think it gained a little bit of special attack. It definitely got a lot more physical attack and HP, and definitely a lot more defense. I think I might keep this one. As for you two, I just... Well, now I'm paranoid. Now I'm just paranoid that I'm forgetting things horribly. Okay. Crisis averted. Let's go check the TMs. I'd already have that. Well, let's see. 90 power, and it's a priority move. Almost as good as Extreme Speed. And Duskull can learn it, nice. And Venusaur. That'll definitely get around its slow speed. Magical Leaf, ooh. Was Duskull a grass type? If it is, I'll definitely give it this. It's a flying type, okay. Still, it'd be better than Poison Powder. Yeah, Double Slap, it seems okay, but Duskull's Spike Cannon seems better. 80 power fighting type move. Ooh. It's about as strong as normal, I think. And Venusaur can learn it. That's decent. Belly Drum, I actually wonder who can learn this. Venusaur again. Can still learn it. Oops. 85 power. Okay, so maybe it wasn't Psybeam that had the weird, level-based power. These two can learn it. It's the Poison type move. Constrict, still learn it? Yeah. Okay, well I'll do all this off screen. I'm probably boring you to death with all this TM talk and time wasting because I'm not in Lavender Town anymore. Yeah, I'll just save and quit. Right, well I'll just quit. Probably not save. Next time I'll go back to Lavender Town. Or actually I might just beat Erica right here and now.